And by the way,
What's up,
his
Dan?
camera's not working. His camera's not working right now. So Dan's a striking coach, or
Okay,
was my striking coach. Is a striking coach for this guy Nate that we're friends with up in Massachusetts.
okay, sweet. Massachusetts, eh?
Yeah,
Relocated to Southwest Florida, but I was out of Springfield, Mass.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, Florida's
yep,
the place to relocate.
yep,
Sounds fun.
yep. Yeah, I'm in Florida too now, but I'm in Southeast Florida, South Florida, like where Holly is. We live like almost in the same town, so we're both kind of outside Miami.
Oh, sweet. I've never been down in that area. I kept ending up in Orlando.
Yeah, Orlando is a little bit different,
Right.
We were just in Tampa. And like from Tampa to here to Orlando, it's like totally different sides of Florida. You get a little bit of everything in Florida.
Heck yeah.
All right, sweet. So let me just go here. I got a bunch of questions all lined up. So first let's start. First I want to just say, like TWC has our new event 101.5, which is going to be in Lansing, Michigan, May 13th. We'll have pay-per-view and just tickets for that event down in the bio. And yeah, let's just get it started. We got Korey Kuppe here. So Korey, why don't you just start off with your background and who you are and what got you into martial arts?
Yeah, currently I'm the TWC 175-pound champion. That's super welterweight. And then I'm the lights out champion at 165 and 185 pounds. And I was supposed to fight for my second TWC belt, the last card, but I had an injury from the opponent got injured, so I ended up fighting another fight, and I won by a 7 or 8 second knockout head kick. So that was the last TWC event. And then I've been chilling, waiting, trying to fight since then. So I'm 10-5 as a professional. I lost on a day's notice in the PFL tournament. I fought on their Challenger Series against Carlos Leal, who beat Ray Cooper in his next fight and went really far in the tournament. Beast of a Brazilian. And then I lost a decision on Contender Series. American top team guy, Michael Lombardo. He was saved by the bell. That was in the first round. And then second and third round, I kind of just lost the cage positional battles. And that was like 3 years ago. So I'm just over here trying to fight my way back, line up some knockouts. And I've been actually on the bench since that head kick. I've been getting ducked by everyone and anyone on the local scene. And it's kind of one of those weird spots I'm in. I'm 34 years old. I have a decent record, but I'm a little bit better than my skill set. I've fought really good people, and I've beaten good people, and I'm dangerous. So for like lower promotional shows to try to match me up, it takes a lot of money to match me up. That's how TWC's gotten me matched up lots of times, and they got to pay people pretty good, because if you're a young prospect and you're some 5, 6 and 0, 24-year-old kid, and your manager says it's a good idea to come fight me in my home state, that is a very stupid decision with how big this sport is nowadays. So I've been running into that problem a lot. So now I'm going to take my talents to podcasting as we await the next battle.
Yeah, so you said you have one fight coming up, you said?
Yeah, I have a fight 195 pounds. I usually fight at 170 and 185, but I have a fight 195 pounds in 2 weeks. I just jumped on, so I'm fighting.
Okay, what's the camp been like for that?
I've been in camp. Like I own a gym, and I'm in training guys all the time. One of my fighters, Tyler Grimsley, he's 4-0 as a pro right now. And he has a fight coming up this weekend in Alabama. So I've been in camp with him and my brother and all my guys wrestling. So it worked out kind of perfect. The guy I'm fighting is a wrestler with jiu-jitsu. And that's like my main training partners do that. And I just do that every day. And when you lose on Contender Series by fucking getting held in the fucking wall and held against the fence and not shit happening, like no guard getting past, no nothing. Like, that brings out a lot of demons for the last 3 years. So that's all I fucking do is work on killing wrestlers. So, like, if a wrestler ever pops up, like, here I am, ready to fuck them up.
And you have a background originally in karate. Is that true?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. So I started with traditional martial arts, like just jumped in karate to, learn whatever my dad wanted me to learn. And I ended up doing a couple tournaments when I was like 6, 7 years old, and I won, and I was hooked. I was like, this is the best. So I ended up competing all over, won a couple of world titles in sport karate, and then got the MMA bug. Started early on helping people out, coaching wrestlers how to strike. And when I realized that a lot of people were very behind, like I do like kind of like the Wonder Boy, Michael Venom Page bounce and stuff. And
Okay.
back in when I started, I was just a skinny 19-year-old kid, but that was like unheard of style. So I was like, all right, if I can learn to sprawl, I can beat these guys. I didn't know it took 15 years to fucking learn to sprawl. So I'm still working on it, but we're getting there.
I mean, but from being a karate guy, I mean, looking at your record, you got quite a few submissions, you know?
Yeah. So that became the thing immediately. I was 19. I'm 6'5". I'm skinny, and all these guys were just these jacked guys with grappling backgrounds. So I'd either like catch them or get taken down and mauled, and that really irritated me. I didn't know when I was a teenager about jiu-jitsu or wrestling or any of that stuff.
Yep.
Like I knew a little bit about wrestling, but so I just became obsessed with jiu-jitsu, and then I was always on my back because I was skinny, and then I was always getting taken down. So I just developed good game off my back, and traveled all over. I traveled, trained at TriStar, trained all over the world trying to get good information with the grappling. And then about 4.5, 5 years ago, 10th Planet opened up in Detroit with Adelaide Cleveland, who's a second degree under Eddie Bravo. And I saw it on the website because I was already studying 10th Planet videos for years, and I showed up there, and then that took my submission game from pretty fucking good, like good compared to some MMA guys, to I can go with the best, the baddest dudes, because I get a lot of like I've rolled Boogie Martinez and those style of guys that in the pure jiu-jitsu world. And the stuff that we're working on, it's a lot different than what these guys are used to seeing in MMA. So I actually have a rubber guard dead orchard finish with elbows in LFA, and I believe that's the only one ever. The only dead orchard elbow finish I've ever seen. So that's just all 10th Planet stuff, and we have a whole bunch of really cool stuff coming from the rubber guard. And because of my karate background, I'm super flexible, and I'm 6'5". So maybe for some people, like playing rubber guard in MMA is going to get you fucking maybe not the best because of your body type, but because of me being a striker and being 6'5", being able to tangle people in a knot and carve them up with elbows, that whole game is huge. And like I was already grappling for 12, 13 years when I showed up there, 11 years, whatever it was. And I realized I don't know shit about fuck. Like I don't know nothing compared to like what these the top of the food chain jiu-jitsu people know. So I've been like that made a big game changing thing in my career, because now like when I get taken down, like I've been training for, I don't feel like you can beat those top-notch grapplers if you're not training for them for a long time. Like I've been working on beating them this whole time, 15, 16 years since I started. But same thing with like my students. Like when they get in there with a top-notch wrestler, I have students beat college wrestlers all the time, but they've been prepping it for 3 years since day one. You better be fucking ready to deal with these Dagestanis, these fucking collegiate All-Americans, fucking I don't know what kind of supplements these guys take down in Florida, but in Brazil, but those fucking guys I fought, my last 2 losses in the last 6 years, both on the big stage, they were on a different level of strength than I was, and I had other opponents that were like that too. So just knowing that, knowing that and understanding that at the top level there's a supreme crazy level of strength with some of these guys, and I don't know what supplements they're taking or what, but navigating my jiu-jitsu game around that too, knowing like, okay, these guys are going to be fucking strong and sweaty, and you're not, you're going to have to do things a little bit differently. So
are you still going to 10th Planet?
Oh yeah, as much as I can. Usually the schedule was Tuesday, Thursday. We do morning advanced like drilling for like 2 hours, and then Sundays are open mats. And then whenever I can't make it, my brother's a brown belt in 10th Planet, and he's there all the time. So that's the cool thing we kind of got going, is we can split up a little bit sometimes, where like I could be working on striking or getting sleep in recovery or doing something at the gym, and if there's a fucking new leg lock sequence, we're gonna be on top of it. We're gonna have it ready to go. So he'll relay the info back to me, or he'll just fuck me up with it, with whatever he's been working on, and then I'm like, yo, come here, what are you doing?
So that's good. You and your brother drill together. Was he doing martial arts at the same time you were? Like you got your whole lives?
Yeah, he did it as a kid. He stopped for a little bit, but then he was like, well, Korey gets to go to California and all these cool places. I want to go. So he got back into it, and he's been trucking. He started MMA when I started MMA. He had a whole bunch of fights. So
is he a professional too? Does he also fight like competitively like that?
Yep, he's professional. He just had a fight last weekend. He lost a decision in Indiana. Fought for a 170 title up a weight class. But he's looking to do a quick turnaround, so he'll be right back around, and he'll be on TWC soon. Both of us actually did our pro debuts in TWC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we're both.
And I've watched a couple of your fights, just going through the archives. I mean, you fought for them for a long time. That last fight was great, though. That head kick was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, it's fucking weird because like I thought it was gonna go like 7 minutes and it goes 7 seconds. It's weird how that works out, but it was funny. we were in the back and we were doing like I was doing the head kicks just to keep his hands home, just smashing head kicks up top, and then I was gonna take the body off of that. And I'm like, I'll take the body because the body takes the cardio, and guys don't want to get kicked in the head. So and then right when we came to the center, I just like toe stabbed him in the belly. I just seen his hands were up really high, probably worried about getting a head kick. I just toe stabbed him and then just flipped it in reverse, and boom. I'm like, oh, well, fuck. It's kind of like when you don't swing hard on I don't know if anyone played baseball, but it's like when you don't swing hard on a baseball and fucking you just hit the sweet spot and you're just like, oh shit, well, that's a home run.
It's like golf too. Same thing. You just hit that sweet spot, take a little bit off it, and just it goes sales. That's awesome. So what, you said you're 34. I mean, what was that, Dan?
So when you're not like focused on like hunting the knockout, that's usually when you end up getting it. Like you kind of let it come to you.
Right, exactly. Like that's what I say when I'm teaching class. Like I'll tell my students that, and then I fucking go out there and I'm trying to fucking kill someone and doing the opposite. And they're like, what are you doing? You told us to throw everything 70%. I'm like, oh.
Easier said than done when you're in the moment, right?
Right. But yeah, it's weird. Like actually most of my like knockdowns and times I've hurt people have been like subtle check hooks and stuff that I've barely even fucking thrown, just like timed it.
Yeah. That's funny. So I know you said you're 34. I mean, what's going on? Are you still hungry? You're still trying to get at it? I mean, what's the next step? You're going to keep fighting for TWC? You got more fights in you, or you said you're trying to dip out and do podcasting? No,
I was messing around with the podcasting. Yeah, no, I'm a psycho. Like I'm in this for like, even like, I don't even care about the money. I'm in it for like Valhalla, and I want to be the best fucking coach I can possibly be, and fighting will make me do that. Like I learn so much every time I fight, every time I corner. So I'm trying to stay on the tip of the iceberg for my young guys coming up. And like I was saying, I have a lot of demons from like I lost the fucking days notice fight against a fucking animal, and then I lost a Contender Series fight, which like I feel like I had a bad strategy. It was during COVID. I had to wear a motherfucking mask around that fucked with my swag. But I would like to fucking get back on Contender Series this summer or jump in a short notice replacement. And I'm with a real good management team at Iridium with Jason House, and and they make opportunities happen. So right now my job is I just want to fight as much as possible. So I'm going to fight this guy here in 2 weeks. I'm going to finish him in the first round. And I feel really good right now. I just haven't been able to get fights like that 7-second knockout. My last TWC fight before that against Eric Lozano. Eric Lozano is really durable. A lot of really good guys go 15 minutes with him. If you watch that fight with Eric Lozano, that is fucking clinical. I fucking don't throw a strike for 90 seconds. In the next 90 seconds, he is fucking done. That was a clinical surgical beating against a bigger guy that they were talking shit, saying I was worried about fighting. I'm giving up all this weight just to do fights, but I'm going to fight, just fight. I want to fight on TWC. I'm going to fight on the next TWC. I'm just going to keep fighting because I feel like I'm in my physical prime. I'm 34 years old, but most of my losses have been like lay and prey type stall. I've been knocked out once. I've been TKO'd once or twice, but I spar smart and I have a karate style where I'm not taking a lot of damage. I'm long. Just being 6'5" fucking alone fucking keeps us some distance, you know, just being a giant giraffe out there. So I'm not taking an immense amount of damage, and I feel like I needed the time to develop my grappling skills to make to make my wrestling and fucking jiu-jitsu relevant to be able to beat the top guys. So yeah, I'm gonna make a hard push, and I'm excited. Like my fights, I fight mean, I fight nasty. I have a lot of submissions off my back, and there's a lot of really good guys I've been turned down fights from Bellator, and good ass fighters, just because of the risk of my submission threat and my striking threat. So kind of a wild card. So yeah, we're gonna stay at them. We're going to stay after them and keep getting more finishes. You can't retire after a 7-second knockout. I would never. We're going to keep that going. After I did that, I'm like, damn, why haven't I just been kicking motherfuckers in the head right away every time?
Yeah, right. That seems to be working out for you.
We're trying.
So, I mean, I know you said 10th Planet was huge on your game, getting like rubber guard, submissions off the back. I mean, is there anything else, any other like mentors, coaches, or any other gyms that really you think helped your game and helped your fight game a lot?
Oh, throughout the years, yeah, there's a ton. Right off the top of my head, one of my original coaches, I still consider him a coach today. I just haven't worked with him since like COVID, I don't think. But Steve LaFrate, he's nobody knows who he is. He's a judo guy, old school wrestler, catch wrestling, sambo style type guy, like kind of like Eric Paulson style, and fucking nasty. And a lot of the shit we were doing back in the day, I couldn't necessarily get on top and do a lot of that stuff, and or I wasn't good enough to get into some of the positions. But it's all the same stuff the damn Russians are doing now. That's how everyone's grappling. So he was pivotal, and he was smart. One of my smartest coaches, but there's been a ton of them. We've been all over the place. Like I said, my coach at 10th Planet, Adelaide, he's a guru. My brother's been a big part of my success too. Like he moved away, went to Philly, trained with Phil and Ricardo Magliaris, and got some different looks. And he's smart. He's studying the sport all again and again and again. And then all the wrestling coaches and wrestling partners. I've had different college wrestling guys come help me out. College All-American Phil Lanny was one of the first guys who helped me out. He was Tony Ferguson's teammate, and Tony Ferguson actually flew out Phil and me, and then Tony went up for nationals to help the team and fought up or whatever, wrestled up. But he was a beast. He was helping me with wrestling, and then I worked with some other guys that are pretty good too. So a lot of just wrestlers. And then like my main training partner right now, one of my students, Tyler Grimsley, he's different than everybody. You're going to see him blow up. He fought in TWC a couple times. He was the 155 amateur champion. He was 5-0 amateur. He's 4-0 pro right now. He has his 5th fight coming up this weekend. But he was top 10 in the nation his last 2 years of college wrestling. And he came to me like 4.5 years ago. And this guy is Colby Covington, cardio, nonstop, fucking relentless wrestling. And he came to our gym. So now he does what we do, which is jiu-jitsu and unorthodox striking, you know, like he's not as unorthodox as me, but he's on a lot of movement. He's throwing a wide variety of kicks to keep people off of him. And that guy, because of his cardio, because he doesn't get tired, he'll just keep going the whole time. I've trained with a lot of wrestlers. I've trained with D1 guys, but they get tired. Like, guys get tired 7, 8, 9 minutes in, 10 minutes in, they get tired. You kick them in the body. But because he's a 155-pounder that is just strong, way stronger than me, and his ability to push the cardio, it's just never ending. And it's made me so good because I can defend 15 takedowns and he's bringing 15 right back more at me. And like the cardio of it all. So I feel like I've gained some really, like, it's crazy too, because I'm teaching this kid, like, rolling with him, subbing him 4 or 5 times around when he comes into my gym, and now he's stuffing my face in the fucking cage crack, like whooping my ass, and I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, we created one. Like, he's gonna be one of the top guys that there is. But it's crazy how it turns around, and he's become like the best training partner because of that relentless pace. Like, I've built such mental toughness in those grappling exchanges, which is going to be big when I get a big opportunity here, or in 2 weeks. I might do that.
Yeah. So who you fighting in 2 weeks again?
Terry Travesty. He's got like 500 record. He's an OG. He's been fighting since the early, like, way back in the early days. He was fighting like 30, 40 amateur fights, and he's a good wrestler. He's a coach over at Lightning Kicks. A good jiu-jitsu guy. And I'm giving up a lot of weight. We're going up to 195. He wanted to do 205. So that'll add a little twist onto it. But I feel like when I flinch at him, he's gonna fucking fall on his face. Because of the striking ability, and because he's known me throughout all the years, and I know he's gonna feel the aura, and he's gonna dive. He might dive his face right into my fucking knee, but I feel like he's just gonna be so terrified of the striking, because I really, after Contender Series, I've really kind of like made it a point, like, to not try to knock everybody unconscious. Like, I altered my style. I've always using my jiu-jitsu and stuff a lot, and then since that, like, even the one I lost, I fucking came out and head kicked the motherfucker and was trying to crack, and then got fucking bombed on by this beast of a Brazilian. I don't know how I ended up in there with that guy, but fuck. But he hit me so hard. But anyways, like, I'm coming at people, so I feel like I'm gonna flinch at him, and he's gonna fucking dive for my ankle and maybe run his own head into my shin or something stupid. Like, to be honest with you.
Have you fought at 195 before? Have you gone that high?
Only once, for my second pro fight, and that was on like 2 days' notice because my opponents fell out and they switched it in. So yeah, this is only my second time going that high, but I'm 7-1 at 185 pounds. Counting that 195 one, I'm 7-1 as a pro, and I avenged the one. So, I don't know. I think maybe being that tall and skinny and cutting down to 170 pounds, maybe I'm fucking too skinny. And those guys are fast and fucking strong. They're still really big and strong. And like I was talking about my 155 pounder, that guy's a fucking tank gorilla. He's been fighting 170 all his fights until this coming weekend. And these guys are really fast and good. And I feel like at 185, like, they're a little bit slower closing, and my style is like long and fast. So I feel like that little bit of speed advantage really helps me just like not even have to grapple so much, just to be able to be ninja. So we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he puts all his fat on me and I'm just laying there pissed.
As a striker, with the striking
Was that Dan?
aspect, as a striker, I think that being lighter and being able to move faster and all that actually favors somebody much like you, especially with your length. You know, like the weight obviously leans towards the grappler, but like you said, he's going to be slower, and you like to kick to the body a lot and stuff like that. Like, that's a better chance of gassing him out, you know, like really wearing on his cardio and him having a harder time catching you.
Yeah, and that's what I like about the higher weights too. You just made a good point. It's the cardio, like I was talking about, like the cardio beasts, like 55ers I'm training with, and fucking the cardio I feel like in these higher weight classes is gonna be my superpower. Too, especially when you start adding in those body kicks and a couple knees to the body on the way in, and I feel like we're going to be able to, at worst, like, you know, be able to really burn people. I look at that like 3 minutes into the second round. I notice most guys start to really become kind of pussies. So, so I recognize that in myself. I was like, how am I losing? My skills are so good. I do so good in the gym. And I was like, damn, I'm a fucking pussy. These pro fights are a long time, you know, you got to fucking have your pacing ready. So I look for like halfway through that fight too, for guys to start fading a little bit. Those really good athletes, their muscles get tired, and like you got to do the fighting part. You know, you feel like you're drowning out there. So
Yeah. Awesome, man. So I noticed, like, when I was watching your pre-fight, like, what was it for the last TWC, the press conference? I just feel like you were in like a zone. Do you kind of get in like this different mentality, this different zone, like the days leading up to a fight? You had the sunglasses on, you had the belt on, like you just like you looked like you had, like you said, aura earlier. You definitely looked like you had like an aura about you. Do you kind of get yourself all psyched up into like a different zone, or
yeah,
do you have like any type of pre-fight things, rituals?
yeah, I got enough. Like when I'm on, like when I'm not like that, those are my bad nights. Like that's like kind of like my alter ego. Like I've been like that since I was a kid too. When I was a little kid, I'd hit all these national tournaments at like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and the best karate guy in the world at the time was Raymond Daniels. And Raymond Daniels was just coming on the scene as like a young kid, and now he fights. He was fighting in Glory and Bellator and doing all this great stuff. And he was just highlight reeling people. And I would just watch his swagger, and I'm like, yeah, like, who do you want to fight? You want to fight the guy? Like, I don't like. So I kind of tried to imitate that a little bit as a little kid. And then, yeah, like I just like to feel good. I like to come in there looking good. And like when I fought in LFA, like Pat Miletich walked up to me right away and asked me what my background is. He's like, you've been competing your whole life, haven't you? I'm like, yes, sir. He's like, I can tell. And then I was telling him a little bit about my background, and he was like, oh shit, you're one of those sport karate weirdos that like learned fucking 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, because there's a lot of like really good karate practitioners like that could have been good at MMA, but none of them got good at grappling because you got to fucking go get fucked up for a decade. So like we got like Wonderboy Thompson, Michael Venom Page, and like that's about it. Then it goes, you know, like there's a couple guys, but there's not a lot of guys, but the guys that do it are really good. So yeah, I always kind of had that attitude. And especially like my last fight, like I went from them fucking fighting on the $1 million first spot in the $1 million tournament, where I would have won 5 fights for like 1.8 million, to right back in my regional scene after fucking doing a highlight reel fight after losing a Contender Series. So, and I got caught early, which I've never been run over before. So I was fucking pissed. I had a real edge and attitude, and yeah, I'm just like making sure I come into it, even if like everyone thinks I'm gonna win. Like I think most people think I'm gonna win next weekend, but some people are probably like, oh, he can't wrestle. But like most people think I'm gonna win, but I'm still like, I gotta come into it with my fucking evil mentality. Like when I've been in my beef fights, like I win every single time. Like I gotta come in there with that mentality. And just like fighting's violent, dude. If you don't come in with that fucking kill the motherfucker mentality, like they will.
Yep.
And I want them to feel that energy, because all my wins are by finish. Like I got in the sport to finish people. Like I go to try to finish people. A lot of times when I choke people, it's because they don't want to fucking get knocked out. So they put themselves in the choke on accident or on purpose. Or they get cracked with like a hook, and then they shoot a bad shot and I choke them. But like fucking, I want them to feel that energy, because my whole MMA career has been revolved around these fucking grapplers. Like when I first started the sport, they all talked shit to me. They all did all the steroids, and they fucking held me down and beat me up in front of my old girlfriends and my mom, and they pissed me off. So now those fucking grapplers, they gotta pay. And I also like, they need to feel my energy. Like they feel that at the press conference. Like they feel like how I am. Like I am one of the guys, like, what are they? I don't even consider it, but like, I try to win. I feel I have the skills to win every fight, but I'm also one of the guys that's coming for the fucking kill. I'm not coming for the fucking points. I'm not coming for the double underhooks, hold against the wall, or the laying guard for 3 rounds. I'm coming for the spinning hook kick, or the fucking, you know. So I want them to feel that energy too. I want them to feel like this is going to be a fight and I'm going to try to hurt you. I don't want them to feel like, hey, we're friends. Hi, let's make ourselves feel comfortable together and high five so we can go out there and fucking over under hook each other for 15 minutes. You know, like I don't like that. I want them to feel uncomfortable around me.
So does that mentality help with like the nerves leading up to a fight? Does that getting into that zone, that character, that just kind of helps block it all away too? So you just get into that killer instinct. I mean, I'm sure you're nervous before at some point, but I mean, I'm sure like it just seemed like when I saw that press conference, I was like, he looked calm, cool, collected, confident. He looked like he was ready to kill.
Yeah. I felt ready to go, you know, and I feel like I've been like, I beat Kenny Cross, who's 13-3. It gave me a lot of confidence. I beat that Rufus Sport guy I got brought in to get killed in the LFA. It gave me a lot of confidence. And then even like my losses are the top fucking guys, and even feeling the Contender Series and seeing the guys there and watching all the guys in PFL, like I know my skill level, I know what I'm capable of. So yeah, I just come, like, if I'm prepared to, like, I was prepared. Like, I was coming off getting fucked up. So I was fully prepared. So, yeah, I'm coming with some confidence. That's for sure. And why not?
Awesome.
Like, why would you not be confident? Like, that's what I always say, too. Like, why would you, if you were betting on a guy right now, I don't know if you bet on fights. I do. I fucking can't. It's hard. But if they, like, who do you want to bet on? Do you want to bet on the confident motherfucker or the unconfident motherfucker? You know?
No.
Like, I'm like, why? Like, why would you? Now, I'm fighting really hard people, too. So it's not like I'm a bully. I fight a lot of really hard people. But it's like, why would you take a fight? Like, why would you go into a fight and not have some level of confidence? Like, you're in the wrong fucking sport. You're obviously not trying to be the best in the world. If you don't have some type of confidence in your own ability, you're going to step in a fucking cage for minimal money. You don't have a level of confidence behind it because you haven't put in work. Like, how fucking stupid can you be? You know?
Are you trying to get back to like the Contender Series, any of these things?
Yeah.
Like bigger promotions?
Yeah, I'm hoping that's why I'm rallying off I'm gonna rally off a couple fights right now, and I think a couple more I'm gonna get like 2 fights before summer, because I know they do Contender Series, and then if I get booked on that, cool. If not, whatever, we'll stay ready for short notice. I got my guy Tyler too. He'll be 5-0 after this weekend, and he'll be looking to do the same thing. But he's young. He's 25, so he got time. But I'm looking to go. I'm looking to get in that, and then if not, like, whatever, I'm just gonna keep winning fights, and eventually, like, someone short notice is gonna fucking pull off, and my manager is the top G in the game, and he's gonna fucking hit me up, and I'm gonna steal the show. So I feel young, and I feel fresh, and I feel really motivated by, like, the young guys I'm training in our gym too.
Keeps the energy young.
Oh my gosh, we did a gym merger in July. We were looking to get new gyms. We were in like 1,600 square feet for the last 8 years, just working, fighting all these big fights with a small group of guys. And then in July, we merged with boxing. They're a really good boxing gym. New Way, and they had jiu-jitsu. They have multiple black belts. They have a good jiu-jitsu program, and we kind of bring all the other stuff, all the other aspects. So we merged with them, and now we're in a 13,000 square foot facility. We have over 300 members, so we're building the base.
What's the gym name? Shout out the gym name. What's the gym?
New Way Training Center and Macomb Martial Arts.
Okay.
So we're building. We have like the largest or tied, I don't know, the other, maybe the Scorpion coach would get the fucking tape measure out on us, but I feel we have the largest facility now in Michigan, and my students' win rate is really good right now. Like I was talking about Tyler, he's 9-0. I have a girl on the same card, 105-pounder. She's amazing. She's a state champion wrestler. She might be on TWC too, Shelby Labonte.
Oh, nice.
She was a state champion wrestler out of Michigan, out of our state of Michigan. And she's a 2-time kickboxing champion. She won a world title in Ireland for the WKC. 21 years old. And she's like, when you look at her, she's like, when you look at like the new generation, like, holy shit. Like people, like little girls fight like this. So she's absolutely incredible. And we have a whole crop of guys. Billy Duvall, 4-0. He's TWC's 135-pound champion. I just have a whole list of like young up and coming undefeated guys.
That's awesome.
They're coming. So I'm excited. Yeah. So I'm going to be around forever, whether they like it or not.
So anyone you want to fight in particular? Who's your dream match?
Oh yeah. So, I really want to fight Wonder Boy. From a non-personal standpoint, that would probably be one of the top fights because I've studied his style so much. I feel like I know what he's going to do every exchange, and I feel like he's the top karate practitioner to do anything in MMA, and he happens to be in my weight class. And I know 100% for a fact. All right. I know 100% for a fact if we had like a jiu-jitsu tournament match, like a combat jiu-jitsu, I would fuck him up really bad. And really bad in the grappling. So that's cool. And then I have multiple world titles in sport karate, and like that's what like my kids, we have 18 people that just qualified for nationals to go to worlds. That's what we do. So I have the resources, and I would like to fight him. I would like to feel him. And then like fights, like I think Colby Covington would be a really, really fucking fun dream fight.
That's like the aesthetic I got from you when you were at the press conference. I got like a Colby Covington type, like
Yeah, the Diaz's,
Yep.
the Diaz's would be dream fights. Anything chaotic, anybody, even like a I don't know. There'd be some cool ones. Kevin Lee, if Kevin Lee's at 170, I would fight him if he's in the UFC. But anybody that would bring beef, like that level of intensity, that would be really cool and fun. Like I would love, like when I like look back at my career, to have like whatever, say I have fucking a couple UFC fights, fucking 10 fights, I would love to have like fucking 7 beefs. I would love to just be in giant feuds while I'm there. And so actually what's funny is during the pandemic, when Hamzat was running through everybody, I just won on LFA the week before the pandemic, and I told my manager when they said no one would fight Hamzat, I hit up my manager. I was like, please tell them I want to fight Hamzat. Yeah, let me fight Hamzat. And I was pretty adamant about it, and he told them and put my name in, and obviously I didn't fucking fight Hamzat. But a couple weeks later, they called me about potentially fighting on Fight Island.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I didn't have my passport, nor did my team, and this was like the second one. So we're in the beginning of the pandemic. Like shit was fucking weird. I wasn't thinking I was ever gonna go overseas, and then so that didn't happen, and then I was in tune for short notice fights, and then I ended up fighting on Contender Series later on after that. But yeah, like that mentality too, even like with the PFL, like yeah, I fucking have a loss, but I would hope that like a major promotion would look at, like, I was there as an alternate. They called me fucking 6 days before. I showed up as a fucking paid alternate, sat there ready to fight every single guy, fucking made weight, called my brother the night before, and I could have fought someone. Really, the plan was going to be I was going to fight someone really easy on TWC and then fight on Contender Series too, not go fight for PFL or Eagle FC. But I'm like, dude, I felt confident in my skills. So anyways, the night before the fight, I hit on my brother. I'm like, I feel really good about every single one. Like every guy here besides the Brazilian guy. This guy is fucking good, dude. Carlos Leal, I was watching him train. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? This guy's like 210, just fucking pissed. Anyways, I shouldn't have ever said that. And anyways, I end up with him the next fucking day. But there were like the first 2 guys on the card were like fucking new guys. And then there was like 2 guys that turned me down before in matchups, you know? So anyways, that happened. So, that happened, but that shit's got me fired up. Like, it's fucking good.
It seems like it. Do you think the Contender Series loss, that's probably one of the biggest kind of setbacks in your career? Not setback, but one of the biggest like moments, or
I think at the time it feels like it is, because like Jamal Hill, the 205 champion, he was on my undercard in like 2018, 2019, like not even long ago. He was like the prelim. I was the main event. And I'm like, that guy needs to be in the UFC. There's only one Michigan guy in the UFC right now. That guy, me, this other guy, and then everyone ended up doing something. But he won his Contender Series fight, you know? Had I won my Contender Series fight, I know I wouldn't have lost 3 in a row. Like I don't have any like more than 1 loss in a row ever in my life. But I'd be trucking through. I'd be on contract right now. But the catch is is I wouldn't have revitalized my style how I did because I got stalled on a wall. I didn't think on Contender Series they were pretty clear about like you can't get a contract if you don't fucking stall on people, you know? So like they were pretty adamant about it. So I kind of thought my guy wasn't going to do that and that the refs were going to be breaking. So I was kind of like not working very hard, like kind of expecting like that something was going to happen. But yeah, to have a terrible like boring fight, and when none of my fights are boring, like that shit got me way better, way better, way better, way better in the wrestling positions, way better in the clinch positions, way more urgent, way hungrier, revitalized my style a little bit. So sometimes like I might have got fucked up. I probably would have got fucked up that same way by guys in the UFC right after that. If I had one, because I had the guillotine at the end of the first round, he's tapping his leg when the bell goes beep, he's tapping the air before that, and then his own leg. I have like millions of tweets from people that bet on me pissed off saying he tapped, you know, but like it is what it is. I would have still got fucking stalled out in those fucking 50-50 wrestling positions against the fucking fence against some other fucking meathead, especially when they got their win purse on the line. So I needed that, and I needed to incorporate my get up game with my jiu-jitsu game. My jiu-jitsu game that everyone's scared of and that the people pull out of my rubber guard like that guy did. He pulled out and called me back to the feet at one point. But I'm working my get up game with that in unison with my submissions a lot better now. So I'm ready to not get fucking laid on.
Did you have like a specific camp for this time around? Or, I mean, are you just doing what you usually do just every day? I mean, you're just drilling the same shit, or are you looking at your opponents and really trying to like tweak shit?
Yeah. I feel right now like if I'm like gonna do what I said I'm gonna do, and like I've fought in those shows though, so like I know what to expect, but like I feel like I got to be able to just dismantle these guys that I'm getting paired up with right now because they're not as complete as me. So I'm just doing what I do, and I do the same routine. I train 6 days a week. I was on 7 at one point with jiu-jitsu, but that's too much. But I train 6 days a week. I do the same shit. I stay on routine and a lot of fucking grappling. I'm wrestling hard 3 days a week right now. Hard with fucking All Americans, and it fucking hurts my back and my neck and my everything. Like everything is fucking miserable because of it, but it's gonna be worth it. So I'm ready to wrestle him. I'm ready. He's like regional high school champion or some shit, bro. I'll fuck up every high schooler. Okay, if I would have went to high school states this year at 34, I would have fucked those kids up. I know it because they come in my gym and they're like, I'm number 5 in Michigan, you know, and they think they can wrestle me. I'm like, you're fucking 16. All right, get the fuck out of here. But anyways, no, I would like to go toe to toe with him in the wrestling and fucking battle him and grind and fucking pick him up over my head, fucking Hamzat style, and throw him on his face and submit him. If we got to wrestle, I would rather not get taken down. If I get taken down, I'm going to be mad at myself, but then I'll have to do jiu-jitsu or get up. But no, I do want to, I've made it a mindset. That's what fucking losing. And when you lose on Contender Series and PFL, it's different than when you lose in Michigan, because you get tagged in like 2,000 posts of like people telling you how bad you suck. And then you get like another like couple thousand of guys like, this guy's exciting. Put him versus Pereira. This guy's fucking amazing. Why'd they put him with this sleeping pill? So that inspires you. And then there's other people that are like, fucking, I hope you die. You lost me $1,500. I'm like, dude, what the fuck you betting $1,500 on a Contender Series fucking plus 154? You don't know me, but fucking, I'm like, dude, I bet a lot more than you did, just so you know, before they outlawed it. Like, you don't think we bet the fucking shit out of that shit. A lot of people did. They're like, dude, no one knows this guy ain't from some mega gym. No one knows them. Like, those are the guys that fly under the radar. But yeah, we're gonna fucking wrestle him. That's what I say. I'm gonna fucking throw him on his fucking head. It's the mentality. I used to have the mentality like, I'm gonna fucking knock you out. And if you take me down, I'm going to submit you. Now I have the mentality of, I'm going to knock you the fuck out. You're not going to fucking take me down. I'm going to fucking take you down. And if you do take me down, I'm going to get right back up or fucking submit you or hurt you fucking fast and then get back up. But you're not going to fucking take me down. I'm not conceding no takedowns, especially before the fight 2 weeks out on podcasts and shit. Fuck that.
Yep.
No more getting taken down by motherfuckers. But we are in a 20-foot cage, so one step back, we on the wall. We're in a baby cage for this one.
All right, Korey. How about you shout out the date, time, and where we can find that fight, your fight in the next few weeks?
Yeah, I'm gonna Motor City Casino next Saturday. There's no streams for it, but you can come watch live, and then if all is well and healthy, we're gonna try to get it turned back around May 13th at TWC.
Yep. TWC.
Last time I walked out with like 40 kids, I think, or two times ago, but all the kids can come and stuff. And
nice.
Yeah, I got my belt out there, and I got fighters and students fighting on that card. So that's going to be back in Lansing too. The significance of it being in Lansing is huge. And because like I've been in this Michigan scene for a long time, but Lansing is the dead center middle. So it's an hour and a half for me. It's an hour from Detroit. It's an hour and a half from Grand Rapids, where Jamal Hill trains. But all the gyms can get to that league. So that league, TWC, PD's matchups, you'll see some big gyms don't even fight in TWC because PD won't give them easy fucking fixed fights. So you have to fight the real dogs. You have to fight the Murcielago guys who they have Buckley and Chaos and all these guys in the UFC. You have to fight our team. You have to fight the real dogs in TWC. Yeah. So because it's in Lansing and it's in the centric area now, those are always the most electric shows because I feel like you can put fights together at other parts, right, on the far east or far west, but you can't get all the fans there, right? Because it's in the center, you can get both sides of the fans where it just has that atmosphere in Lansing where, like, when I love it in Lansing. When I walk in there, like, it smells like blood to me. I've been cut and taken to the hospital in Lansing. I won my pro debut from that in Lansing. Like, it fucking is war in Lansing. So, that's where I'm excited. I'm gonna definitely fucking find my way onto that fight.
Awesome. And shout out your gym again one more time.
Yeah, New Way Training Center, Macomb Martial Arts. We're in Shelby Township. We got boxing, kickboxing, everything, jiu-jitsu. Just name all the everything that there is. Awesome. We have everything. Cool.
Awesome. I appreciate you coming on and talking to us.
All right, guys. Yeah, I rambled for a little bit, but yeah, I'm pissed.
Don't worry.
I'll see you May 13th in Lansing, baby.
Hell yeah. Awesome, man. Thanks.
All right. Have a good one, guys. Nice to meet you.